Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since I last came to you, but today I'm here to do something a little different. Today I have decided to show you how to use an emulator with the Pokemon GBA game. I'm using Saphire, not Ruby, and I'm going to be showing you how to use the Gameshark cheats. Because when I first came into this emulator, I had no idea what I was doing. So I've decided to show you some cheats and how to use them. Let's get started. Okay, as you can see here, I am using the Visual Boy Advance, and I have a full party, and all of them were used with emulation cheats. Okay, now the first cheat I used was this Master Ball cheat, which I will put it in the side panel. It's very important for what we're about to do, so I recommend using that first off. Okay, and now first thing you're going to want to do is you go to the cheat list under the cheats category. As you can see here, I used a whole bunch of cheats before, but specifically what we're looking at here is we're looking at this master code. Now the master code is like the most important thing you gotta do before you do anything else. You have to put in the master code, otherwise cheats won't work. So I'm gonna remove these, and I'm gonna go and we are going to use, hang on a sec, we are going to input the Gameshark master code cheat. Make sure you always put in the description what it is, because you can get confused a lot as to what these different codes are. Now what I'm doing here is, because I copied this from a site because I don't want to type the entire thing out, the most important thing is to get rid of these dashes or spaces, sometimes they're spaces, and to get rid of that comma. Now the master code for Saphire, the entire code, in case you want it, is 9E6A. I'm going to let you read it yourself because I really don't want to read out the entire thing to you. But it's all there. I didn't change anything. Don't forget that space. Or just use the enter button, regardless. Okay, so you put that in. And that's the first thing you gotta do, otherwise your cheats won't work. Now what you gotta do is you gotta go to get any code you want. Doesn't matter what it is. In this specific one, we are going to use the code to catch Groudon. Now make sure you get rid of all those spaces. You can leave the enter, but you gotta get rid of these spaces, otherwise the code won't work. Not sure if that's true for the actual Gameshark thing on the GBA, but that's how it works in the emulator. Okay, so what you do after you put that code in, you don't automatically have him, you have to go catch him. So you go into any field of grass, and here he is. Look at that actual ground. Now as you can see, it's level 100 in this one. In any other, normally when they pop up, they are the level, a low level, or the level that you're like in. That's why the Master Balls are so important. You try to catch these Pokemon without Master Balls, you're gonna have a tough time regardless. Ta-da! We have a Groudon. So it's that simple to catch the Pokemon. All the Pokemon do the exact same thing. You can catch any Pokemon, they're all listed. Though some of them are only for emulators, but you just have to find the right set. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go to the cheat list. And the first thing you want to do after that is unclick and possibly remove all your Groudon. Otherwise they'll keep popping up, and if you put in another Pokemon when you already have Groudon selected, the game will freeze on you and possibly ruin your game. So you always want to make sure Groudon is checked off after you do that. So this time we're going to try, we're only going to catch level 100 Pokemon. Only level 100. This is the code to only have level 100 Pokemon appear. It's a very useful code. It's one of my favorites. Then we're also going to use, let's see here. So we're also going to use, even though it really doesn't work with the legendaries, because, oops, my bad. We're going to use the male Pokemon only. This is useful if you want a specific gender, specifically for breeding. Like if you want to get a Pokemon that's like a Jigglypuff, it's always male. I mean, always female, my bad. You want to catch a male one. This is a good cheat to put in. Alright, so now we've got those two. So let's pick another Pokemon. Can be any Pokemon in the world. I think we'll stick with the legendary. Rayquaza. Another one of my favorites. Now what you're noticing here is that with the newer codes, with the newer Pokemon codes, it takes 3 of these codes in order to get the Pokemon to show up. It'll just show up as like one bunch. In the older Pokemon, you'll need 1 line of codes. I don't know, it's just something I've noticed. Now the male Pokemon only thing doesn't really work, but yeah. So there's another one. As you can see, it's very, very easy to use the cheats. There are a million different cheats out there. There's cheats for all the TMs, all the HMs, all the berries. I'll have a list of sites to the side that you can use with ones that I've tested that work. Now you're also going to want to be aware of any fakes. If the cheat is extremely long and requires a whole bunch of work to do it, it's probably not a good idea to try it, because it will probably screw up your game, and it is probably a fake and just not worth your time. So don't bother with super long cheats, and don't bother with oh yeah, Mew. We gotta go after Mew, because some people don't think that you can catch Mew. So, just to prove you all wrong. Also watch out for quote-unquote god Pokemon that you know don't exist. For example, what they'll do is they'll just use a color palette and change the color of one of your Pokemon, like the one in the first slot. So, don't bother with Pokemon you know don't exist. And with items you know don't exist. If you've played Pokemon long enough, I'm sure you'll know. You can surely look it up if you think it doesn't exist or it sounds like something crazy. So, as you can see, fairly simple. And that's about it. As you can see, it's very easy to use the system. It's not like it's ludicrous or extremely difficult. It's actually rather easy. I will list all the cheats, the sites that I got my cheats from at the side. You will be able to see them. All the ones that I've tested work. So if you want to try something else, you go ahead, but it might not work. Don't blame me. So, now I'm going to issue a challenge to everybody out there to send me any cheats at all, that you know don't work. Ones that have broken your systems, broken files, ruined something or other, done something completely stupid, ruined your Gameshark code thing. So, send them to me. I will put them on YouTube. I will prove that they don't work. And I will tell you that you should not use cheats from whatever site you got these from. And I will put it out publicly, because I have emulators. If one of my emulators goes down, big whoop-de-doo, I can just download another one. So please, send me all the cheats that don't work. Send me every long, ludicrous, I don't care if it takes me past the Elite Four, past everything, and then you gotta go back and do something over. I will do it regardless. I will just send it to me, and if you don't like how I did it, I'll do it over. If you think I did something wrong, by all means, send it. I will redo it. I will do it whichever way you want it. It'll be done. So send me those cheats. Thank you all for listening, and I'll see you next time.